Well, this is another day at the Twist Knot Woodshop. I gotta admit I've been a little lax on getting videos out, but the winter was terrible, and then her Agnes developed a medical problem. She had a sore on her butt that turned into a pressure sore, and so the money that had set aside kind of went to medical bills for that. And then, but we kind of got switched around a little bit and finally got it started again. We're walking through the finish room. Right now it's a tool storage and equipment and material storage area. We've got mostly the sheathing on the walls here, and the reason I did that is because some of these circuits have been energized. I'm sure Dominic on the list is going to be impressed with this little bit of wiring here. What I did was energize one circuit so that I could get outlets that you see there functioning. And I'm walking into through the finish room door into the main, and I know this is going to be darker than snot, but actually snot's not dark, is it? Darker in pitch, and we're coming into the main area. And this center wall here will have equipment on either side of that wall, and that wall. And those outlets that are closer to the floor are 220 circuits for whichever tool might happen to be there or get moved around in the future. Here's part of that wiring that Dominic might be interested in seeing. What I'm doing is backfeeding the panel through an extension cord that's in the building next door that comes here, and I just backfed it to energize that circuit, which is right here. What I like to do is, what I'm wiring is, when panel's off, it's always kind of tough to determine which breaker is what, because you got to either hold the panel in your hand and then find the number and then correspond that number to the breaker. But what I like to do is take and stick these labels on there, so when the panel's off, you can look and see which circuit is what. For instance, like this one is center wall outlets, which is where I'm standing now. But also you can see how busy this wall is with the wires going, you know, to here, to this switch, a bank here, which is a three-way in this case, and then those switches are also controlled over there by the door for the same lights, and then there's another set that's here on the finish room wall. And so that makes these switches here, this bank here, all the way over to here. These are four-way switches, so that I can control them here, and I can control the porch light over there next to the garage door, and then over there. And so in other words, if I walk in the finish room, I can turn any light on in the entire building from here, or I can turn them on or off from over there. The walls for the let me try to move this light so that I know, like I said, it's dark. That we're looking at the hole here for the lumber and plywood storage. Directly behind it is the utility room, and then the office. And I know this isn't looking good. And then behind that's the bathroom. Got the plywood up there on the ceiling done because I wanted to get that before these partition walls are done, so that I wouldn't have to be laying on my back and like a miner and trying to nail them up. So that's the reason why those are up there, and that's painted, and I don't have to worry about doing that later on. And other than that, I got a bunk of plywood here that's going on the walls and in the ceiling. And then the asshole kids next door came by a couple of weeks ago and decided they liked my windows better than I did, and they busted them out right here in the center area. So I've ordered the replacement panels for those. And other than my tool storage area, the lighting, as you can see in here, is pretty darn nice. By the time all the walls are painted and everything, I think it'll be nice and bright. My sliding door, I won't be building that for a while until I get all the equipment in here. I'll work on that at some point.